Life frequently challenges us to make decisions like, will a 2,000-foot plunge affect my future quality of life, and so on. And it is therefore of crucial importance that we have in place a good way of making those decisions. You see, sometimes you don't have all of the required information to make a decision, and so you need to construct a predictive model. Models that correctly predict outcomes are of utility, and in this there is one approach that historically dominates all others, that of physical evidence and reasoned logic. We normally call the model-forming process science. Science is the process of forming models of predictive utility about reality, and it is outrageously successful. Indeed, modern civilization with its planes, iPods, its internets, and integrated chips is really just a monument to the efficacy and efficiency of this method. Now, one of the widely encountered hallmarks of a good model-forming process is convergence. That is, as more physical evidence is gathered, a more converged model is constructed that accounts for more of the observations and has a greater predictive capability. Take, for instance, the initial proposals for the formation of the rainbow, that it was a bridge between the Earth and Asgard, a rainbow serpent who would suck water up in the dry season to spit it out in the wet season, as a bow that would shoot lightning, or, in the case of a popular myth book, as a promise by a powerful god not to destroy the world by a flood again. However, while all of these models account for the existence of the rainbow, they have zero predictive capability. They are poor models. Meanwhile, the application of science delivered. For many critical and inquiring minds gathered and scrutinized the crushing body of physical evidence, and tempered by reasoned logic, they converged on the now robustly tested model that rainbows are formed by light refracted by water. Religion is the diametric opposite of this. It is the antithesis of good model forming. It is not convergent, but divergent. Take, for instance, Christianity. In the beginning there was one interpretation of Christianity, one purportedly descriptive model, and over the years this has branched and branched and branched again, diverging more and more from the original model, till now, some 2,000 years later, there are over 30,000 denominations of Christianity. What is truly bizarre, though, is that sane people who are fully capable of realizing what good model forming looks like and how they can be used, tolerate and even actively entertain the evidently divergent model forming of religion. They embrace models with no predictive capability. Now I hear some people say, well, surely people making some bizarre decisions due to some baseless model is harmless enough, and if it makes them happy, live and let live. Well, in certain environments, yes. In other environments, most certainly not. For where there are people who can be convinced of absurdities, there are people who can commit atrocities.